welcome to Phoenix Refueled, fanning the flames of our awakening. I'm Lindsay Evans.
I'm Ashley Nix.
We're here to talk about deep shit.
Real deep shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Oh my God, perimenopause.
Perimenopause.
Jeez Louise.
We love her.
Louise.
We hate her. Mostly we hate her.
Mostly we hate her. So, story time, because I love story time.
Story time.
So, I have to go into Verizon to work on a business account. Things got linked weird in the old salon with the new salon, and I'm like, Hunter, cute, really cute sales guy that helped like us get set up. He's like, I remember you. I was like, I'm just gonna go see Hunter. We're gonna get this figured out, right? Plus, I get to see a cute guy's face, so let's do that, right?
Cute.
So while we're on the phone with customer care or whatever, trying to figure out why, even though we entered it correctly, this other salon's name is showing up linked to my account and yada, yada, yada. So while we're waiting, he talks to me. He's talking to me about he's a bodybuilder, like super hot, and that he's on testosterone, which I was uneducated about, I was uneducated about. It doesn't actually make them angry. It's actually very helpful, but I had things mixed up in my head. Anyway, and I was like, how? And he's like, I just like walked into a clinic and got on testosterone. And I was just like, a fucking course you did. Like a fucking course you did. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I mean, meanwhile, okay. Like, I'm sweating at random times. My ears are itching. I am like, can't hold water down. Like, I just like drink water and pee it out immediately. Like, it's not staying in my body. My emotions are like, especially right before my cycle, I'm like, I'm a teenager all over again.
Oh my God.
I'm like, why am I have more emotional intelligence than this. I am an adult at this point. Like, holy crap, what is happening?
Truly reverse puberty.
It is like the wildest fucking roller coaster. And I almost would argue worse because I'm like, I have to adult function in the world.
Yeah, good point.
Like, I have to
like you're still expected to be
an adult.
Functioning.
An adult and have like
Yes.
and a business owner and have a baseline of like, I'm not crying while I'm talking about whatever that's stressful, and I'm like, sorry, just let the tears come, I guess. I don't know, we're just gonna talk through the shit. And it's fucking wild.
The number of customer service people I have started tearing up on over the past few weeks. I get it. Like, they're just trying to help me with my insurance or something. I'm like, okay, need someone. Okay. Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's
and I'm
horrible.
Like, you get to walk in and you're, I'm assuming I don't know, he's in his 30s, but I'm assuming he was in his 20s when he got on testosterone. I'm like, you just get to walk into a clinic. And I'm like, I love that for you. That's great for you. And how we treat women is so fucked up, dude. Like, I cannot.
Well, here's the thing, though, because from what I've been reading, apparently hormone replacement therapy was the standard of care in this country up until, like, I think it was 2002. And then they had done these studies saying that there was a link to
Breast
estrogen and increased chances of breast cancer. And since then, all of that's been debunked. But you've had 20 years, so you've had like a whole generation of women that had to go through menopause without that as a resource. And people don't want to give it to them. This is the thing with women's healthcare specifically that makes me insane. Because you see it with women who want to have her hysterectomies or have their tubes tied. You see it with the perimenopause stuff. You see it come up with labor. You see it even with like the trans issues with like kids transitioning. It's all done with women in the name of like, no, we're protecting you. No, you can't have this drug that you need because we're going to protect you and we're going to keep you safe.
Be careful with that. That's really dangerous. It
Yes.
makes you moody. It makes you
No.
really cool.
I'm
it's
like,
menopause is eating my fucking hips.
How
but
about
please tell me.
My body, I can take those risks. I can assume those risks if a guy can just walk into any clinic and say, I feel tired. I don't feel like myself. I want testosterone. Shouldn't we be able to weigh the risks and say, hey, I can't remember words anymore.
Jesus.
This is my first language, and I can't remember how to talk anymore. And I'm crying all the time, and I have heart palpitations, and I can't sleep, and I'm waking up soaked in sweat, and I don't want to just
accept
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told you I came up with a book title for perimenopause, right?
What's she called?
She's called, are you ready?
Yeah.
Dramatic pause. Here.
Dun, dun, dun.
The dun dun dun. You're fat and you're anxious. A woman's guide to perimenopause.
Oh my God.
It's great. If anyone wants to use it, please use it, because I'm not actually writing the book, but that's a fantastic title.
I feel bad because the videos that I've been watching about perimenopause, like I've been trying to research this, see all the doctors' perspectives, all the TED Talks, all the women's perspectives, and it all seems like such a downer. And I don't want to scare younger women away, but the fact is, I wish I had known all the pitfalls and traps that I wasn't told in childbirth.
That part.
That people were like, no, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's natural.
Motherhood
It's
is
natural.
the best thing ever. You're gonna be glowing.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
If you had that experience, I love that for you. But that was not mine. And also, it is dangerous. There's things that can happen, and I feel like women should also know this is going to happen. These are the things to watch out for, because they can also happen, and you should be informed. You should have access to that information. So, like, even if it sounds scary, yeah, those things are true. You're gonna probably gain weight. You're not gonna feel motivated.
Nope.
I had a full, like, half of a chocolate bar for dinner last night. I mean, it was also Valentine's, but
still.
But I have like, normally I'm a very active person. I have not been active. I have had such low energy that I had to force myself to exercise a couple days ago. And I'm glad that I did, because the movement does help. But
right.
but similar to when you're on your period, you just feel tired and drained and bloated, and you don't have the momentum to do some of those things
that are good for you. And
you should know that may happen.
So it's one of those, like, much like childbirth. It's like, no, are you going to experience all of the things? Is it going to be, it's a spectrum. Thank you for coming up with the word, because brain fog. But if you are one of the women who experience certain things and then you think that you're alone,
right?
That's the part where you're like, this is just me, and this is just me, and this, and like, I'm like, I need to get it together, and I need to, and like, we don't want to talk about it. And I feel like that's the thing with motherhood as well. Like, I didn't even think about the fact that breastfeeding doesn't work out for everyone.
Yeah.
And like, it didn't. Like, I tried and my damnedest, and we did for 8 weeks, and it was scary there for a little bit, and I was thinking I was a horrible mother, and then I was a failure as a mother, and how can I even be a mom if I can't even meet her basic needs?
Yeah.
And then luckily, one of my former professors, Tracy Zinn, shout out to Tracy Zinn, became a doula, and I called her, I messaged her on Facebook, and I said, hey, at what point do I stop breastfeeding? And she said, the moment that it's interfering with your bond, with your baby. And like, that was the permission that I needed. She's like, this is why we had wet nurses. It doesn't work out for everyone. No one talks about how incredibly fucking hard that is.
And
stressful at all hours, all the time. And then sometimes your milk just doesn't come in.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not a failure as a mom. It just happens. So like with the perimenopause, I'm like, no, we need to talk about it, so that you have a framework of like, hey, here are the cues that you're headed in that direction. This is a 10-year usually span. If you are, I've also read, if you are neurospicy, ADHD on the neurodivergent spectrum, that happens, it starts for us much sooner.
Really?
Yes. And that our experience of the emotions, because of the ways that dopamine and like estrogen interact with each other, that drop is so much more drastic.
Well, that tracks.
I'm just saying, like, that's
interesting.
Why I had a long time ago a boyfriend tell me, he was like, you realize that like your like mood swings right before your period are like
so pronounced.
I mean, he's like, it is, I know when you hit like your luteal phase, you like rocket to the bottom. And I'm like, cool, that's ADHD though.
Interesting. Oh, the human body's so complicated. But you're right. I think it's important because that isolation is so detrimental to your well-being, and I wasn't prepared for how lonely and just truly lonely I felt when I first had my son. And this would be the same experience if there wasn't more information available, because there's in 2023, maybe it was early 2024, I had an incident where the heart palpitations were out of control. I was having all these weird symptoms that were the same symptoms as a heart attack in a woman. And I knew that most women don't go to the hospital if they're having a heart attack because they don't think that they're having a heart attack. The symptoms are different for women. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm freaking out. I'm going to go. And now I'm sort of convinced that that was just one of the early big episodes of perimenopause, because things did start to happen within the year following after that, because we had run all the tests, we had done everything. There was nothing seemingly wrong with me, but I really thought I was having a heart attack. It was insane. And with the mood swings that have happened since I've started perimenopause, if because I'm a pretty even-keeled person for the most part.
You really are.
If I didn't know that there was a reason for that, I would literally think I was going crazy.
Right.
I would think I was losing my mind.
Yep.
And some people, there's a woman who's a generation older than me that I know. She did not have any kind of information about perimenopause, so when she went through it, and I knew her at the time, the anxiety and the fear that she was having, and she didn't understand why. She put, like how in 7-Eleven sometimes they have the roller down doors to go over the windows to shut down the shop if it's in a sketchy neighborhood. She had those put on her downstairs sliding glass doors in her home because she was so panicked and fearful that she was going to get her house broken into. This is out of character for this woman. But she was having so much anxiety, and her husband was traveling, that she had these installed in her house, and then only years after the fact was like, I don't know what was going on with me. I don't know why. It was perimenopause. It was anxiety brought on by perimenopause. She thought she was going crazy.
Right.
And it's like, you would. You wouldn't have any idea what the hell's going on. Like, why am I feeling this way?
But then, you go into a doctor, though, and they're just like, oh, you're just anxious, so we're going to put you on Lexapro or Xanax or Wellbutrin or like psych drugs. It's like, well, no, my hormones are literally loop-de-looing right now, and that's going to make anyone, like, not well. Yeah. It's literally, if we would address the hormones, things even out.
It does seem like things are starting to trend back in the right direction because they've debunked a lot of that, and I hope that they do. It's still a really small percentage, it seems like, of women our age that actually do get hormone replacement treatment. I'm going to. I talked with someone, everybody do your own research, but there are lots of online resources for this now with certified menopause experts and physicians, because there's less of them than there are women that need them as a resource. But they do have more good resources online, like Hims and Hers, Alloy, My Menopause, Winona. I looked up a bunch. So you can get telehealth, and I did one of those. So I'm gonna try and see what happens. I think there is a slight risk still of increased levels, so you do have to be careful if you had any history of breast cancer, yourself or immediate family, like I think mother, or maybe if you have blood clots or stroke history, you probably still have to be really careful. But
I wonder what, just curiosity speaking, right? Like, these are the questions that I want to ask, right? So it's like, we have, sure, absolutely be careful, right? But then, like, okay, so take birth control.
I just had this conversation.
And
they give it to you like candy.
Right. So take birth control and the side effects. Yes. And then hormone replacement therapy and the side effects. And let's compare.
Same. I don't know. I'm no doctor, obviously. But
Right.
But there is an increased risk, I know, for stroke and clot with people on birth control. I know I had adverse reaction to some of my birth control back in the day. Not to mention the really just list unpleasant side effects that can
birth
happen.
Control, right.
Birth control.
You know,
Yeah.
did I tell you my birth control story?
No, tell me.
Low dose Yaz.
Oh, maybe.
Did I tell you
Tell
this?
me.
Good time. So I got put on low dose Yaz because I'm sensitive to medication. So they're like, we'll do like the low dose Yaz, which is I don't think on the market anymore. Lo and behold, surprise. So I'm taking it and I'm like laying in bed with my husband and like I'm looking at the wall and I'm like, water is running down the wall. And then I was like, logically, part of my brain was still online though, and I was like, that's not real though, because there's nowhere for water to be coming from. I was like, that's odd. And then it just gets worse.
Indeed.
Like I thought a freckle on my arm was a tick, and I was trying to pry it out with tweezers.
No, I hate it.
I was convinced that there was a man that was lurking around our house. This is all within like a 24-hour time span, by the way. I was convinced there was a man that was like lurking around our house, that was like looking in the garage and looking in our windows. My husband at the time actually took me to the hospital. He was like, what is happening?
What is going on? You're hallucinating.
Like, you have literally lost your mind. And then they're going through like the list of meds and they're like, oh yeah, so they've recalled low dose Yaz because it's like women are hallucinating. And I was like, fucking cool. Oopsies. I was like, literally like, we're gonna strap me to the bed kind of stuff. So they keep me in the ICU overnight and like pump me full of fluids and then I'm fine.
Oh my God.
I haven't hallucinated after that, but that was from birth control. From birth control, I was hallucinating. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Right.
So that's why I do think it's interesting, and I'm saying people do need to do their own research, because with the hormone replacement therapy, there could be issues, but it is really funny that birth control is so easily accessible and people can make that choice and say, I'm not ready to have a child, so I'm going to be aware of these risk factors and go on it. But you can't. But it's been harder to do the same thing with hormone replacement. But I also think the hormones that they were using before were like a synthesized estrogen, and they're not the same as what they're using now. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we haven't had a great track record of testing pharmaceuticals with women, period.
About anything for women.
So why shouldn't we be able to make our own choices as far as the HRT and assess the risks? Because every mental health drug that I can think of that's on the market, SSRIs, all of that, they don't test it. They test on men.
Right.
They test on men because women have complicated hormonal systems.
Because we are Italian race cars and not Ford farm trucks.
Because I'm a Ferrari. I like that.
Finely tuned machine, baby. There is nuance and pressure points that you have to know. Dial it in, baby. You're talking about like,
get on my level. Sorry.
Just saying. It's a little more nuanced.
It is a little more nuanced.
But it is not rocket science either.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not. Yeah.
There's just more.
Well, it's like the long-term impacts, when we can tie this into the things that we've talked about before, right? Like even last week, right? It's like you get to a point as a woman where it's like, okay, well, like you're no longer like in the child, producing stage. You're not young anymore, so you're not worth our time, worth our energy, worth our money. But if you look at the long-term effects of not having hormone replacement therapy, like it's literally eating our hips, it's eating our brains.
Yeah, it causes problems with bone density,
like bone density, COPD, like, so heart issues. We're talking about dementia. We're talking about
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. It's literally eating our bodies and our brains and our bodies internally, not just the discomfort. Like, you don't see the impact for 20 years, 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like doing it now, it's like you see the benefits way, way later.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, you're seeing the risk of, like, So why are we not, do we just not value women that are older? We just don't want to we know the answer to that, right? Like, come on, right? Like, you're no longer valuable to us anymore. I'm like, bullshit.
Even Mother Nature. Even Mother Nature, the fact that we go through menopause the way they do. We have menopause so we can care for the grandchildren, so we can stick around. We're one of the few mammals that goes through menopause and is able to do that. But it does feel like a little bit of a slap in the face for Mother Nature to just wake up one day and be like, oh my God. Like, the cheeks, the jaws, the tits were up here, and now overnight, seemingly, they're down here. I'm aching, I'm graying, my teeth are falling out, my hair's falling out, my joints hurt, my back hurts, everything. She was like, and we're done.
Yeah.
No more children. Let her go.
Let her go.
Like,
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think it really is a gift.
I think it can be.
Like, I think it really, really can be.
Yeah.
And it's just like helping ease through the process.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think about women in my life that are older than I am, right? And we're talking grandmothers, great grandmothers. I still, that makes me a little emotional. I still, when my daughter gets sick, I know how to take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
When anyone else gets sick, I know how to take care of them. When I get sick, I call my granny.
Aww.
And I know that sounds so silly, but I'm all, Gigi, like, I don't feel good. What do I need to do? And she's like, tells me what I need.
That's
like,
so sweet.
Tell me how I don't know. I know how to take care of myself, but it's like,
it's better when Granny says.
It's better when Granny says.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's
Granny,
so cute.
this is happening. And if I run into something that I don't know how to take care of Kennedy, my baby, I'm gonna call my granny. I'm like, Gigi, what do I? And she's like, okay, well, what you need is some mentholatum, and you need some. We're gonna go through all of the things, but she is the keeper of wisdom in that way. Like, there is knowledge there, right, and nurturing there, and so it is a beautiful thing. So how can we take care of those women?
Yeah.
And how can we ease transition into cronehood?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm all for bringing back the wise elders.
Please.
Let's have the council of wise elders.
Wise women.
Yeah.
Wise women elders.
I will allow wise men too, as long as they are wise men. I feel like we're currently being led by a lot of
non-wise
not so wise elders. And I don't have I'm not an ageist. I don't mind you telling us the ways, the lessons you've learned, and the things we can glean from that in your 80s. But there has to be the wisdom to back it up.
Right.
Yes,
that part. The wisdom part is lacking currently.
Not just because you're loud. You don't get to just tell me because you're louder than I am. I'm learning to shout too. That's a gift of perimenopause.
That is a gift of perimenopause. When we were talking before we were filming, I was like, I no longer give a fuck anymore. Like, it is...
Mouth's open.
Mouth is wide open. And I'm going to say it.
Good.
Loud.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Which is really beautiful. It's like, you get fed up with everybody's shit.
You do.
I think. Like, I've been quiet and compliant, and it did not serve me in any capacity, actually.
Did I tell you to read that Audre Lorde essay? I just reread it again recently, and it's so good. It's Transformation of Silence into Action.
No.
Or I don't think that's the title. It's something very close to that, if not. But she says basically that, where she's like, my silence didn't protect me, and I need, you practice, do it anyway, keep saying what you need to say, keep speaking up for yourself, and people will come after you, but you'll get better at it, and you'll find that you need to do it. It's important to do it. And it's so true, because I think especially for women, so many of us were put into the oh honey, the just be good, just be ladylike, or don't be so aggressive because that's not ladylike, it's not feminine. Don't be loud and opinionated because that's not feminine. There's all that where it's like the older you get, it's like no, because I see all these loud, bossy people running around doing whatever they want, and they're not taking care of things, and they're not treating people correctly. And I can be loud and bossy, and I will do it right.
Right.
Yeah.
And people will be taken care of and treated correctly.
Yes, and people will be taken care of and treated correctly.
Right.
In fact, we need the people who will do things that way to go ahead and speak up.
To be loud.
Yeah.
Get louder.
Yeah. Get louder.
Get loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that. So that is one of the gifts, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
I can't wait to hear about your experience, and I'm gonna set up an appointment.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna give it, I think, sometime this week, and then I'll give it a few weeks to see. I'm taking a patch. That you put on your bikini line, and you switch sides every week. You put on the patch, set it and forget it. I like that. And there's like suppositories that you can take. There's gels. There's oral things you can take. But there's progesterone, estrogen. Sometimes people are prescribed testosterone too. And there's estradiol, which is a separate thing for any of the vaginal health issues, I think is what they prescribe the estradiol for. Yeah, because there's so much going on in just so many different parts of the body. It's not even just estrogen.
Do you want to talk about some of the symptoms that you found? Because there's been funky things popping up.
I've had everything. I literally had everything. I would have thought that I was going crazy. I had the incident where I thought I was having a heart attack, which I think was maybe because it was very soon after that incident that my periods started kind of spacing out a little bit.
Okay.
And as my periods have started to space out with wider gaps in between, the symptoms have increased.
Okay.
So we're talking those symptoms. We're talking lack of sleep. And I'm a sleeper. Oh my God, I love sleep. I always said that I had real work to do in the dream world because I spent a lot of time there.
Girl,
and I always
we talked about the nap that I had today.
Yes.
Same sister.
I woke up Ashley and she looked like somebody beat her up.
I had my acrylic nails imprinted on my arm, deep gashes, and I woke up truly in like my mouth was open, like full on. I was like, wow, that's really wet on my pillow, which I was.
Yes.
I saw my massage therapist today, and she when she says that was intense, I was like, oh boy.
Yes.
We're gonna rest a little bit.
Well, that's how I am. I've always been easy to fall asleep, and I usually sleep pretty well. And I love a nap. I could take a nap. I could sleep 10 hours a night. I've probably slept 20 hours within the last 4 or 5 days.
No, that's disrespectful.
And normally it is. It is disrespectful. Normally I need like 8 hours of sleep. I'm on my sleep routine. I have good sleep hygiene. I don't do screens. I'm reading my book. I wash the face. I do the hair. I have comfy pillows. I've talked about my bedtime perfumes. I have the routine, and I have just not been sleeping. So there's the sleeping, the night sweats. I'm having a heat flash right now. I feel like I'm on fire, being lit from within.
Where does it start for you? Because for me, it's like chest / like core, and then it like.
Yeah, it's here, and it's doing this, and up through my head. If there wasn't a camera running right now, I probably would take the vest off.
Okay.
Because that's what I've been doing recently. It's like layering up because you have to strip off clothes because I just noticeably felt like internally I went up like 7 degrees.
Have you seen the video of the lady at the
we were talking about this before.
She, like, it's cold,
the steam coming off of her head,
you know, African American woman, bald, shaved head, and she's just eating popcorn, and it's like, and I was like, no, but for real though,
that was the biggest incentive for me to seek out hormone replacement therapy. Besides the fact that I felt like my emotions are all over the place and I'm feeling very mentally unstable because of it. That and the heat flashes, because I'm like, y'all, it's Texas. It's Texas in the winter right now. I had my house set at 68 degrees the other night with the fan over my bed on full blast, naked, half covered with a sheet, and slept. And I'm like, and we're going to be 108? And I'm gonna just live? I'm gonna be dying. I can't.
You're gonna melt down the sidewalk.
Yes,
me too though.
I'm gonna look like a Frosty.
We were in the salon the other day, and one of my stylists, I was like, I'm so hot, and she goes, it is freezing. And I was all, cool. It's just
so
me.
It's just me.
Love that.
Cool.
She's like, I'm gonna buy you a personal fan, and I was like, okay. I was like, otherwise y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like, we're gonna have, that air is gonna be cranked on, baby, because
yes.
Wow.
That's the other thing that's frustrating too, because in order to work, like, you're already having these feelings of like, oh, I'm going with perimenopause. Okay, I'm aging. I'm noticing myself age. Like, we're dealing with that. Still trying to feel sexy and cute and whatever. And it's like, I'm not feeling cute because I'm sweating, I'm funky, it's midwinter, and I'm wearing flip-flops and one of those like Amazon fans that goes around your neck to cool you off. I'm like, this is not cute. So I'm not feeling cute. I don't like it.
It checked.
It's like, okay, we're gonna. So that's what got me on there, because the heat flashes throughout the day and at night are really.
It's rough. Mm-hmm.
It's challenging.
You only get so naked in public.
You can only get so naked in public,
mm-hmm.
yes. Which I'm sure my son is very thankful for. He's like, yes, please keep your clothes on. Nobody wants to see that. I'm like, I know, I'm so sorry.
What else?
Right now, tension headache. I can feel my headache in my jaw, down the back of my neck, in both my temples.
Itchy ears.
That one has popped up sometimes, but not as much for me.
Mm-hmm. It was a problem for me almost a year ago.
Really?
And it's like, it's intermittent. Like, sometimes I'll go through periods of like, oh, it's like itchy. And then not. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have had itchy vagina, which was really fun.
That's a great time.
Which is, again, real cute. Because everything down there is changing, like, which is another thing. It's really interesting with perimenopause, because leading up to perimenopause and through perimenopause, my libido skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm.
And some people's libidos don't. Some people's really turn way down or turn off. Mine jacked way up. But it's really hard to have a much higher libido, but then also feel like, you know,
things aren't right.
It's like the Sahara, and she's itchy and dried out and sad, and I'm like, I want to have sex, but all of a sudden, where is my friend? It's a sandbox. What's happening? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So that's what I mean. Every single level
We've had
has been
both
affected.
of us have had joint stuff.
The top of my right foot, and this is intermittent now. Again, was like, should I go to the doctor? I'm pretty sure I have a hairline fracture on the top of my foot. I didn't, because I know, there's not really anything you can do for it. It's not like you're getting a boot or a cast. You can't really do anything if there's a fracture on the top of your foot. So I didn't. I can guarantee you there's nothing wrong with my foot. There's nothing wrong with my foot. It just hurt and was hurting. And still, every once in a while, it'll show up and start hurting again. It's joint stuff, like arthritis type stuff, which has popped up also in my hips, shoulders, hands, Earlier today, there was numbness and tingling throughout the arms and hands. That's been popping up. Frozen shoulder is another pretty common symptom with perimenopause.
Teeth stuff.
The
you and I
teeth.
both had like some like, I'm like, oh shit, I suddenly need like
new teeth.
like major dental work that I was like, oh my god.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. It's really weird because I don't know. I think I said this to the OBGYN that I was talking to about the estrogen. Was like, I feel like my teeth are gonna just fall out of my head. And she's like, yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like my teeth feel weird.
They feel loose.
They feel kind of loose in my gums. They feel weird.
What? That. Me too. I'm like, why can't I move my teeth and I can use my tongue and I'm like, I can shift a tooth. And I'm like, that's weird.
Yes.
Cool.
It's perimenopause. And I had to get cavities. I've had, my teeth, you guys can see, they're not really white, but they're pretty good teeth. I've always had good dental. They're straight enough. I've never had braces. I've never had to do major dental work. But mouthful of cavities recently, and I take really good care of my teeth. I'm like, what's going on? The last time that I had to have cavities filled was 13 years ago, right after nursing my son. I hadn't had any dental problems for over a dozen years, and then I nursed my son, and then all of a sudden, all of these cavities. And the time before that, the dozen years before that was when I went through puberty. So every major hormonal shift in my life, all of a sudden I've had dental issues and nothing in between. Every time between when the hormones are stable, my teeth are fine.
Crazy.
Yeah, and when I was a teenager, I'm not, no braggies, I didn't floss. I was not flossing.
Right.
I was not taking great care of my teeth.
I was saying what teenager does, but maybe now they do.
And
I don't know
fine.
that
They were fine.
Right. I was like,
Yeah, they were fine. I floss and brush regularly.
I have one of the water picks now, which
Yeah.
is great. I'm like, we're like getting in there.
We're getting in there.
But still.
But the hormones are so real.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is a that's what I mean. It's kind of like
every
a little
part of your body.
stab in the back almost to be like, I know I'm an animal and I know I'm part of nature, but like, come on, nature, all at once. I feel like the episode of SpongeBob where he goes out of the water and he's just a shriveled up little sponge all of a sudden. It's just the water. That's me. That's me all of a sudden where everything is just like water.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The real salt, REAL, real salt in your water. That has helped. They were like electrolytes. You need to buy all the whatever. Like, no, just buy like a bag of like real salt, REAL salt. And just like a little, sprinkle. Just a little zhuzh. Not a lot.
The coconut water, I think, is good for that too.
As well. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of the salt to the coconut water. And then I'm all like, that is my electrolyte drink. And that has helped more than anything.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't want the packet full of, don't sell me more crap. Yeah. Please. Yeah. That I don't really need.
Okay, but you know what I do like?
What?
And Sarah put us onto this. She put me onto the Ollipops.
Okay.
And I was really enjoying last summer when it was 1,000,000,000 degrees because it's Texas, making a little creamsicle for myself on the days that I knew I was going to get really overheated, where I would take a coconut water and a splash of coconut cream, and a little pinch of salt, and a little orange juice, like a little swishy splash of orange juice, and an orange Ollipop.
Girl.
Like a sort of all-natural cream soda. It was good.
Okay.
That was nice for like in a big Yeti cup filled with ice. Whatever stainless steel cup you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice when it's hot out. A little creamsicle action.
I remember that.
It's a good little electrolyte.
I started noticing like smells shifting.
Yes.
This is odd to admit about myself, but I do hair for a living, right? So there's certain people that sit down in my chair that it's like their pheromones, like I'm like agree with me. right? Like,
Yes.
my best friend, I told her at one point fairly early on, I was all like, I love the way your head smells. She was like, that's creepy and weird. And I was like, I mean it in the least creepy way possible, which
You're
I
one
understand.
of my people, I can
I
tell.
was like, I can smell you. We're supposed to be friends. Just very odd. But I've never smelled my own scalp before, but there have been a couple of times where I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me. Like, I don't know what this is, but it's not me.
Smell.
And that goes for like even like period.
Yes.
Like, I'm like that. Mine are still very regular, like very regular. But every once in a while, I'm like, that's not quite me anymore.
I've had that with the body odor a couple of times where I got hot and sweaty and was like, whoa, I really stink. And it was not like my normal body odor smell. It was like, I smell weird.
Right.
Yeah.
This is lovely. We have to do better for women. Like,
well, I think
dear God.
it is. That's why it's so important to talk about. Like, if you're in that time, and that's the other thing too, because I think a lot of medical providers, it seems like, are maybe hesitant to say you might be going into perimenopause if you're not right at that magical age of like 45, which I am. I'm at that magical age. I'm here right on time. But some women do go into perimenopause in their 30s.
In their 30s. Well,
it's very possible.
I told Sarah a year ago, 2 years ago, she's been struggling to sleep it's been forever. And I finally said, babe, do you think? And she's like, I can't even begin to process that might be part of it. And I was like, okay, but like what I'm reading though is with ADHD, like it can actually start like way earlier. Like they're saying like mid-30s, early to mid-30s even. And then if you're neurodivergent, that's like happens even, it's earlier for us. And she's like, and then now she's like, okay, I'm starting to like kind of look into it. And I'm like, I really think your sleep shit is tied.
It could very well be.
To this.
Yeah, just be on the lookout if you're having symptoms that
don't feel
inexplicable.
Like you. Yeah, they just don't feel like you.
Or you're going only to be told, there's nothing wrong with you, we can't figure it out. It could very well be that. Because it's just part of the normal process of, and it is a normal process. I mean, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with going through perimenopause. And actually, I'm really excited to get to the point in my life where I don't have to worry about the period anymore. I think that's going to be amazing. And I love when the hormones will be stabilized. It's just the transition. There's just so many effects on the body that I personally want to try hormone replacement therapy to kind of ease that transition and make it less jarring. But I am excited about the transition. I think it's going to be great. I mean, that's the other thing. It's a third of our lives.
Right.
I mean, half of the population and a third of your life. That's something all women are going to go through or have already gone through or will go through.
It's significant. Right. Like significant.
So the fact that it's being talked about more and more, I think, is really good for everybody.
Absolutely.
It's really good for everybody to have an idea of what's going on. And even if you don't want to do, take estrogen, whatever, if you want to do all natural, more power to you, but at least know to make the choice. These are the things that may signal perimenopause.
And if you feel like you're going crazy, like there might be some other things at play.
There might be. And I wonder, it's funny that you say the neurodivergent thing with ADD and the dopamine connection. That's really, really interesting, because I also had postpartum depression, which you did too.
Bad.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, bad.
So, interesting.
But like even like periods, like that drop of our brain processes those. It's just different.
It's just different.
And so it feels more extreme.
It's the mood shifts have been dramatic for me.
I mean, I truly feel like I'm like, oh my God, it's like I'm a teenager again, but I have to function as an adult.
Yeah.
And like actually be the adult in all areas of my life while I feel like I'm 13 again.
Yeah, losing control of your body, losing your mind, and somehow still be coherent.
And have the words to communicate, like, effectively.
And the brain fog. You're like,
I need you just to know what I mean, apparently, because I don't actually know what I
understand what I'm saying, because I forgot what I was going to say, but it's important, and I can't communicate, and now I'm going to cry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. When your teenager was like, I think you need to get on that replacement therapy you were talking about. I was like, you can stop talking now, actually. I was like trying to find like Tupperware, the word Tupperware, and I could not find the word Tupperware. Make that make sense. I'm an educated woman. I'm smart.
It doesn't matter.
I have words. I'm well read. What the hell?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does not matter.
It does not matter.
Disrespectful.
It is really, and God bless the husbands and the wives that are good to their partners while they're going through this, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. But, that my advice, look into it, learn what you can about it, know about it, and make yourself a little kit. Make yourself a little kit to carry in your car or your bag, your little pocketbook, whatever. I have a little makeup bag. We're going to put some feminine wipes in there. We're going to put a little to-go perfume in there. We're going to put some chapstick in there. We're going to put some lotion in there. Maybe a little, if you're spotting, a little the panty liners in there. A little handheld fan.
Some Q-tips.
Whatever you need to keep yourself feeling fresh and taken care of. Kind of like what I would recommend to girls going through puberty who are just getting their period. Have a little period kit. I had the same little bag with the tampons and the pads and the panty liners, just in case. I always kept one of those like in my car or spares in the car or in the purse, because you never know when stuff's going to pop up. Just have what you need to be taken care of and still be confident and feeling good and taken care of.
We got this.
Yes,
all of us collectively.
We got this. And keep talking about it, because it's mundane. It happens to most people all the time. Most people. Women. It happens to women.
51% of the population.
51% of the population. It's going to happen to, or it's happens to you. And it's funny. Let's take away the stigma. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny.
It's like a power. Knowledge is power. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah. But I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. Well,
See.
I'm calling this week too. So, because the earlier you do it, if you're going to do hormone replacement therapy, the better.
Yeah, and it does seem to have an increased benefit for dementia, for osteoporosis, to keep your bones healthy.
For all of the
things. It does seem to have some long-term benefits. So if you start taking it in your 40s and around that time. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. One of my friends that is older than I, generation older, she was really pushing it. She finally got on it, and she's like, I had no idea that I was functioning in this kind of fog for this long.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow. She's like, no, like now. She was like, no, you need to now, like right now, Ashley. And I'm like, yes, ma'am.
And it was a positive difference for her.
I mean, massive. She's like, I had no idea. She's like, my levels were literally in the trash can, like just done. And she's like, I didn't know that I was functioning with this level of fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just thought she was just a tired working mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, she probably was, but
also her body was.
But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, because I've heard a lot of those stories where women are saying it was a complete night and day switch. I have so much more energy. I feel more like my old self. I can do things. I can think. I'm physically active, mentally active.
That's the guy at Verizon was telling me the same thing. He
with
was
the
like,
testosterone.
Yes, with the testosterone. He's like, I just help my job performance. Like, I get out of bed, I'm ready to go. I sleep better at night. I'm like more productive during the day. Like, I have more energy. I'm like, oh shit, what is that life like?
Yeah. Hormones make a huge difference. Honestly, I'm glad that men are getting testosterone so easily. We just need to make sure that women are getting also our hormones checked and taken care of just as easily.
Now that I'm more educated, I feel bad because now I realize testosterone does not make them angry. It's the
I
other
think you
stuff
were
that
thinking of
makes them,
steroids,
yeah,
like
men. I mean,
anabolic
yeah,
steroids that
yeah.
they take when they're bodybuilding.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of. Which
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, Verizon.
Oh,
So-
my bad.
sorry.
Take your tea.
Sorry. My apologies. Clearly misinformed, but yes, they absolutely should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one should hurt, like, because of their hormones. Not when it's 2026 and we have this level of.
We have the information. We have the ability. Yeah, agree.
You know, if you can go and get Viagra, you should be able to get estrogen.
Yes.
Testosterone, whatever you need.
Yes.
To feel like yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be functional and healthy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Preach.
All
All
right.
right. I love you, friend.
I love you, friend.
Love you guys. Check your levels. You're in Perry. Good luck. Be
Good
good to
luck.
yourself.
Peace be with you.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, Oliver jumped.
Oh, he
was like,
did. Oh, he
sweet baby.